Hello! Today I've got a reading for you I'm going to do for Prince Harry. See how it's going. It's a 2-week reading, a 14-day reading for Prince Harry. Just Prince Harry. If anyone else pops in the reading, I will tell you. But concentrating mainly on Prince Harry for the next 2 weeks. My name's David Charles, international psychic medium, master of witchcraft. And if you'd like a psychic reading with me on the phone, go below there, down there, and it's davidcharlespsychic.com. Or you can book a reading with my team, and they're on 24 hours a day. I have over 100 psychics, good psychics working for me. So, Prince Harry for 2 weeks. Let's take a quick look. Right. Whoops. Two at once there. So wherever you are in this part of the beautiful world, I hope you're doing okay. And if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Give it a like, share with your friends, and please make some comments below, down there. I'll try and answer as many as I can. I sometimes get so many I can't, but I do try and answer all of them. So let's have a look. Prince Harry for the next 2 weeks. The reason I'm doing this is because I've been picking up lots of messages from the spirit world prompting me to make this reading, and I'll tell you the good stuff at the end, well, the interesting stuff at the very end, so stay with me till the end. For the moment, I'll tell you the negatives for Harry first of all, and you can see this one here, person, excuse me, alone at night. I'll show you that. Wide awake, all alone at night. Well, he feels alone at night with his worries, just worries for company. He's worrying about things. Pretty obvious, I suppose, but he is worrying about things, and he will be for the next 2 weeks unless someone tells him to pack it in, because it won't help anything. This card here, this sword card, they would be spades in an ordinary deck of cards. Shows quarrels, people arguing, fighting, walking away from each other. They can't win, so they walk away. It means that if he argues at the moment, he will lose, whether it's with his wife, family, friends, legal arguments, he will lose. It's not good timing. The next 14 days, it's best to stay away from arguments if Harry can. If you listen, Harry, don't argue because you'll lose. And a similar kind of vein, this card is a club card, a one card. That would be clubs in an ordinary deck. You see people at cross purposes or battling away. Doesn't mean fighting, but it means people at cross purposes. People getting the wrong information, getting the wrong end of the stick. There's the sticks. People could be getting the wrong emails, the wrong phone numbers, the wrong messages, and general confusion around his earthly life, not his love life, his earthly life, the way the real things come. If he was in a factory, I'd say that was his earthly life, the way he earns his living. It's difficult with him because he doesn't do that kind of work, as we know. But there's confusion around him, which is negative, but nothing that he can't deal with. And then he has this one here, more swords. They're the spades in an ordinary deck, I think I said. This lady is trapped. She's surrounded by swords. She's wearing a blindfold. It shows that she's turning a blind eye to something. And Harry is turning a blind eye to something, hoping that it will go away. And until he does, he will feel trapped. He will feel imprisoned. And he's imprisoned by his own indecisiveness. So if you're talking to him, if any of you know him, tell him to be decisive, especially for the next 2 weeks. Make decisions and don't put things off because they'll get on your nerves and they can irritate you. And then he has the Devil card from the Major Arcana. You can see the couple there chained up. If you look closely, the chains are loose. They could step out of them anytime they want. It means that temptation is coming, but you can step away from it. You don't have to fall for it. Temptation, I believe, comes to test us out to see how we react. But temptation is around Harry for the next 2 weeks. Some of you may know what that means. Let me know in the comments. He's being tempted to do something that he wouldn't normally do, or he's being tempted to say things that he wishes he hadn't said later, things he may regret. So he needs to be careful. These are the negatives, and there are positives to come, I'll tell you. He has this one. It may not be negative, but it's about the law. Solicitors, legal representatives, lawyers, legal documents, maybe new contracts to sign, maybe contracts to get out of. It's all about the law for the next 14 days, and if anything to do with the law is around him, he will be dealing with it for at least the next 2 weeks from when this reading goes out, the next 14 days. So that's not necessarily negative, but sometimes it can be. This one here can be too. Beggars in the snow. They've lost everything. This card can mean a loss. Now, losses can be severe. They're not usually, most times losses in psychic readings are the avoidable kind. So if I was talking to Harry, I'd say be careful with your belongings, your possessions. An ordinary mortal like you and I. Take care of your phone, your purse, your wallet, your handbag, that sort of thing. Take care of belongings, and don't give people money. Don't lend people money, because you'll lose it. But it can mean losing a person's love. It doesn't mean losing a person as in a bad way, but it can mean losing the love of each other, or two people losing each other. So a loss is in his reading, and it's in 14 days, or because of the things that take place during the next 14 days. So he needs to watch out for that. The rest of it is pretty good. Let me tell you about the good things. This person is a traveller. Most people he meets are travellers. This person travels all over the world. A solid, reliable person that Harry depends on. And he doesn't depend on many people. He doesn't trust many people, and you can't blame him, really. But the ones that he does trust, this is one that he does trust, I should say. This is one that he really does trust. And it's a person he may have known for a while. Solid as a rock. That's what his mother used to say, like a rock. And Princess Diana, God bless her, she would say that. And this person to Harry is like a rock that he trusts and depends on. And he will be consulting with him during the next 14 days. Let me know if you know what that means, or who it is. I don't study the royal family, but this person is part of that, and I'll just go by what the spirits tell me. Then he's got a second man that travels here. This is a more chivalrous, gentlemanly type, a loving, kind, friendship person. Sometimes they can be a lady, but I think this is a man. Someone that travels, that's friendly, that makes Harry an offer. It's a friendship thing. It's someone he can trust if he chooses to. He's very careful, as I think I've already mentioned. He's careful who he trusts, but this one's okay. So he's not surrounded by people he can trust. In fact, he is sometimes surrounded by people that he just cannot trust, and he needs to be careful. But that can be the case because of who he is and where he is and what he's doing and where he's chosen to live sometimes amongst the people he's chosen to live with. The place he's chosen to live is beautiful. This card shows him waiting, and it's probably waiting for money, but it could be waiting for a contract to be renewed or a contract to be altered. The waiting game is going on. He can get a bit impatient sometimes, but it doesn't help. It won't speed it up. But this thing should be resolved within 2 weeks, 14 days, or again, because of things that happen during the next 2 weeks. So the waiting game is nearly over. Then we come to money. There's some money coming. You can see this chap here giving money to the beggars, the people who've got nothing. That's Harry giving money to charity. So some charity money will arrive with him soon that he will give out, as he always does. Sometimes he can be over generous with friends and family, and he can be a bit like Elvis Presley, buying presents for people, that sort of thing. But you're not going to stop that. That's the way he is. He's kind, despite what some of the press say about him sometimes. He can be bad-tempered, can't we all? But he is generous to a fault, especially with material things. He does like to give gifts and presents. And let me know in the comments if you know about that. Now, you may have spotted this one. There's two people being joined together. And it's, of course, the Two of Cups. And the cups in an ordinary deck of cards are the hearts. And hearts mean love, or emotions, or feelings. This card shows two people toasting a drink, maybe champagne, joining together. Now that can mean he's getting closer to his wife, Meghan, but it can also mean that he's getting closer to somebody new. And the chances are it could be someone new, because he also has the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Hearts. And aces in tarot decks and card decks of any kind mean new beginnings. Now it can mean rekindling a love that he's already got and making it new again. But it can also mean a brand new lover, and I think it came through when I did a reading for him and Meghan together, that a new lover could be around, or it could be a rekindling of a love with Meghan, or it could be the rekindling of a love that he had some time in the past. But things are changing around Harry's love life. It's for the better for him. It won't suit everyone around him, but I think he's got a new lover coming. Or, I could be wrong, he's getting closer to his wife and they're rekindling, like starting all over again. But the chances are, because it's an ace, it's a brand new lover or a brand new love with someone he knew years ago. So he's got some good stuff here. He's got some great stuff here. And I think the new lover could be, once again, backed up by this joining together of two people. It doesn't mean they're moving in together, although it can, but it means the joining of two hearts getting closer. So looking at this, I think things are improving. Some of the stuff that's not in the reading I've picked up separately. I think that he's getting more involved with television and film work and actually appearing in some of them. And now I haven't read this anywhere, so if it's already out there, forgive me, but I believe that Harry will be appearing, maybe as himself, of course, possibly in some kind of documentary, maybe about the war or the people that fought with him in the war, or about things he's done in the armed forces. It could be about his private life, but something's coming out soon, may start a production early next year, maybe later this year, and it will involve Harry taking part himself. And I think that's something that will really suit him and he'll love it, he'll enjoy it. And if he hasn't got that planned, then I think it will be coming soon. And it's not, if it's not during the next 2 weeks that it's announced, then it will be because of the next 2 weeks, the things that take place during the next 14 days. It will involve dealing with the law. It may involve temptation, being tempted to do things he'll regret, or someone trying to make him or tempt him to do things he'll regret. So he mustn't do that, he needs to walk away. He mustn't get into quarrels because he'll lose. He can't win an argument at the moment, he'll be wrong even if he's right. Money is coming. There could be confusion around his work life, his earthly life, but he's got this man who advises him, who will always be there. Once again, it can be a lady, but this is a man. A solid, like a rock, that guides Harry when he needs it. It's not the king, it's not Prince Charles, it's someone else. Someone independent that travels a lot, that Harry trusts implicitly, and he can. The biggest problem is that he could experience a loss, and I really hope that he doesn't. But it could be losing some money via contracts or disagreements with major companies. Let me know what you think. Please subscribe, follow me, and give it a like and share me with your friends. Please make some comments. I'll try to answer them all. And as I said, if you'd like a reading with me privately on the telephone from anywhere in the world, my name's down there, davidcharlespsychic.com or David Charles Psychic Limited. And I also have over 100 psychics working for me if you prefer one of those. And they are working 24 hours a day by the phones. Let me know what you think. And I'll read for you again in a few days, probably for Meghan, maybe William, maybe Harry, maybe the King again. And I'll look forward to doing those for you and see how they all look. Remember my motto, wherever you are in this beautiful world, think lucky and you'll be lucky. Think love and you will be loved. And I love every single one of you. Take it easy. Stay cool. Catch you later. Bye-bye.